All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, greenwoodstocktrading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, man, we back. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And what we had last night, the Lakers eked by the Suns. And what happened in that game was the Suns' inexperience. That's exactly what it was, man. I'm trying to catch up on the Clipper highlights, so I can do a video on that. But I mean, honestly, man, it was inexperience, man. Inexperienced didn't know nothing about coming back. On the way come back and damn near taking lead. They might have took the lead for a second. They inexperienced. They didn't know what they was doing. And ultimately, when you look at some of these super teams, they get superstar calls. And my thing is, you don't have the super team. They shouldn't get the superstar calls. They should be called straight down the middle. Honestly, man. And yesterday the Lakers got some phantom calls. They did, man, and but ultimately the Suns blew the game. They tried to get Booker coming off the motion, and he just couldn't get going, man. In the second half, Cameron Payne was huge, but ultimately, man, I thought the lineup should have won. What was Payne, Booker, because Chris Paul was hurt. I'll get to that. Ayton, I said Payne, Booker, Ayton, and then Cam Johnson and the other dude they got from Philly, from Villanova, man. Should have kept them in there, but ultimately, man, looking at the box score, man, LeBron and AD didn't play well, and AD started to get off. AD got off because he started getting to the foul line. AD couldn't even back down like Jamison Crowder, whatever his name, Jay Crowder. He couldn't even knock down those guys. Trying to find. He couldn't even back them down, and AD just got a lot of calls, man. Honestly, man, he got a tremendous amount of calls, and he started to get to a rhythm. And AD had 34 points. Motherfucker shot 21 free throws. 18 of them points came from the line. All right. LeBron had 23 points. He shot 50% from the field, or less than 50% from three. He had one free throw, but AD was the one getting all the calls, and ultimately, Aiden had a good game, but kind of withered off in the second half. Booker had 17 free throws. He didn't really get into a groove, and Chris Paul, he hurt. And I think the lineup they should go with should be Booker, Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, Bridges. That's the guy I was talking about, and Aiden. I think. Some adjustments. I'll talk about the adjustments they need to make, but the Lakers tried to lose that game last night, honestly. And had Chris Paul been healthy and played, and if it was a fifth, we all be drunk, they would have won that game. Because guess what? They couldn't have gave all the attention to Devin Booker. And a little bit of attention they gave to Ayton, that wouldn't have been able to happen. But I'm not impressed with the Lakers at all. People say they need to gel together, No, for what? They played all last year together. And Montrezl Harrell talking shit, he ain't getting the game. And they talking about the Clippers. They're talking about the Clippers purposely trying to play the Mavericks. That was done because the Mavericks should have won the series last year versus the Clippers. But what had happened was Porzingis got hurt. And now, we'll talk about that next week. I'm watching the highlights, but like I said before, the Clippers is stupid, bro. They should have played the Lakers. For one, they would have been healthy. They wouldn't have been healthy. And the Clippers would have had more of a rhythm. They should have played the Lakers. And then they would have had a little bit more rush playing at Staples Centers. The Clippers are the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Remind me of my Detroit Lions. Check out my other channel, Mercy Sports Talk. They just cursed. Tim Hardaway just took it to the rack on Paul George. And it's just to the point, for the Clippers, they should have played the Lakers. One, you got to stay at home in LA for at least 4 games, right? 2, you don't have to have that long ride home once you get swept like you about to get versus the Mavs. You could have just went straight to your crib. But overall, last night, The Suns had every opportunity to put their foot and crush the Lakers on their throat. They let the Lakers hang around, and the Lakers eventually made plays because they was choking down the stretch. They was. And really the biggest difference was Chris Paul not being there. Chris Paul changes the dynamic because you could have put Paul out there. You could have put Cameron Payne out there who was making some plays. Could have put Booker at the 3, Cameron or Bridges at the 4. You could have put Ayton to keep him at the 5. You know, that could have happened. But now with Chris Paul not being there, they kind of revert to the Suns they were last year. You know, even if it was hot in the bubble or not, they revert to those Suns. And, you know, some of the adjustments they should make, because the Lakers not going to make no adjustment. They are who they are. Is I would come double motion off the screens. You know how Rip Hamilton come off those screens. I would do double. I would have like Cameron Johnson and Booker coming off those screens. Maybe Jay Crowder if he get in the game. And I would just recreate motion. I would have Cameron Payne playing the 1. Let them come off those double screens. You know, then you turn those double screens into, you know, curls. And I would just get Devin Booker in catch and shoot situations. You know, and then once you come off those curls or those motions, you know, and they start to cheat off those curls, and you just go backdoor, you know. Or they play the curl too hard, you just make the pass to 8. And I think that's the biggest difference they need to do. The NBA don't have a lot of motion offense. I put Crowder / Bridges / Cameron Payne in one motion, then Booker off the motion. You know, I would let Cameron Payne create for those guys coming off motion. Then, you know, when they try to jump the screen, you just send them backdoor. And I would just get Cameron Payne, Jay Crowder, Bridges in situations where they can catch and shoot. Same thing with Booker catch and shoot. I had Booker coming off curls because Booker can put the ball on the ground. You know, everything in the NBA, just looking at the way they playing this, everything is isolation. Even you look at Luka right here, he's one-on-one with Morris. And when it going to get tough, when you get in situations where it's time to close the game out, or you in the finals or it's time to advance out the Western Conference Finals, Luka's not going to hit those shots consistently. All this hard one-on-one spinning, because guess what? It takes a lot of energy and a lot of consistency to make those shots. When they get to a team like the Lakers where you got AD at the bucket and you got guys like KCP and Dennis Schroeder who are going to be able to, and Morris be able to play up in them, that's not going to work. And that same thing with Booker. They only double team you when you allow them to. When Monty Morris put him on the wing, and now they double team and you got to kick out. Don't put him in a situation like that. Put him in a situation where he can catch and go. He can catch and shoot. Put him in a situation where he can catch off the elbow, catching the post, and get a bucket. Put him in those situations. Like Kawhi Leonard just going one-on-one. He working too hard. He working entirely too hard. Or you get in a situation where everything we go, we going fast break. Where they can't set the defense on Booker or Kawhi like he did right there. Everything is going to either be for the Suns, catch and go, outlet pass, we going to run. And playoffs is a half-court thing, but they don't play defense no more. Either we're going to do that, right? Or we're going to put these dudes in motion. You know? And my thing was, I'm having Ayton set those backdoor picks on Booker's side. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. You know, I'm having Crowder set those picks as well too. And it's gonna make Cameron Payne get better shots too. Because if Booker come off a screen and he catch it and he can't get it, kick it back to Payne, he's gonna be open. Cameron Payne come off a screen, he able to catch a shoot off that corner off the wing. That's the adjustment Monty Morris got to make. You no longer have Chris Paul there to make plays and make the game easier for Booker. Now schematically, you have to make the game easier for them. Simple as that. You got to make the game easier for your young guys, and it can be done. It could be done. You could put Ayton in the high post. Motion Booker off of him. He passes to Booker. You could put him and Booker in a 2-man game on the wing. You know, you could put Booker in the high post, play high-low with Ayton. You know, really, if Ayton ain't setting screens instead of just sitting there waiting for a rebound, he should be flashing on each side of the paint. You know what I'm saying? People who play basketball know what I'm talking about. He should be flashing. That's him flashing. Or you can flash him in the high post. You know, how high. He can just go elbow to elbow. You know what I'm saying? That way, he clears out the lane for Booker and everybody else to do their cuts. You know, that's going to have to be the thing for them. And Also, when you had those dudes coming off those screens, they could set picks for Cameron Payne. For Cameron Payne playing the one and coming off the pick and roll. It's just, so many things that I learned in basketball playing for years that they're not doing. Everything is isolation. Everything is one-on-one. You're not when you don't have LeBron James or you don't have Anthony Davis, you can't do that. Everything should be coming off emotion, give and go, just like they did there. Once you start hitting guys in motion, they get baskets going to the rim, or they get easy catch and shoots. They reserve a lot of energy, and also they get a lot of confidence. And for Phoenix, it's all going to be about motion. Getting Booker easy shots. Even in critical situations where you down by one and you need a bucket, instead of going one-on-one with Booker at the top of the paint, give it to Payne or let Booker handle it and let Payne and those guys come off screens. Let them come off screens. Let them do motion. Let Aiden, feature Aiden on the block. Aiden, showed in the series he deserves an opportunity to get the ball on the block. He deserves to be able to work out on the block, and that can happen. AD can't hold him. Drummond can't hold him. Play old school basketball like Stan Van Gundy did with Dwight Howard when they made the finals. But the difference is with Aiden, you can put him at the elbow and let everybody work off him. The give and goes, the backdoor cuts. Man, basketball has lost a lot of its luster when you talking about teaching and offense and motion. It lost a lot of that. Imagine they can't guard you in this league. They can't play no defense, right? And now you moving out the basketball. Now Booker don't have to take a dribble. Now Booker, when he come off the curl, he can just go 1-2 and get to the bucket. Monty got to make the adjustment. Monty got to make that adjustment, man. And when that adjustment get made, the Suns win the series. Mark my words. Once they start getting Booker easy buckets to the basket, where he ain't got to dribble, all you got to do is catch it, shoot it, come off the curl, or come off the back door, take 1 or 2 steps. Booker going to love life. And then once you get that going, if you want to go isolation or two-man game with Crowder and Booker, with Aiden and Booker, you want to do two-man game, guess what? When they come off that pick, now he got a rhythm. Now he dribble, shoot it. Now he come off the pick, he look to attack. Now he come off the pick, find Aiden. He ain't got to dribble, bam. It's just, basketball lost a lot of its luster. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All my links in the description. You can reach out anytime you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Facebook group link in there as well too. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate, share the video. Peace.